Hello to everyone. My name is Ida Leko. I will talk about the project Togetherless, the project for Venice Biennale 2021. I am one member of our authorial team, together with Jana Horvat, Leo Kirinčić, Maša Poljanec, Davor Mišković, Morana Marković, Renato Stanković, Ivan Dorotić, and curator for National Pavilion was creation architect Idis Turato. Before starting to talk about the project, we need to understand the context. The context is which were a premise for our project. So I will now share a screen. So the context is spacious, of course. The context is made in the city of Rijeka, port city on Kvarner Bay. This is a very old map which shows you the context of Rijeka. Rijeka is a port. Rijeka as place which connects all the other international and national islands and states. Also, Rijeka embedded in a really almost 100% natural environment, which is very important for other topics. Also, as you can see on this map, port, which is much more a port than a city. This line which divides upper part or environmental part and the city part from the sea, which is also one of the most important contexts, the lines of infrastructure developed through history, the lines of railway, the lines of topography, the lines of quarries, and the port. There is also the other very important context. In 2020, Rijeka was a European capital of culture. This video spot maybe shows the best, the feeling, the aesthetics, some kind of ideology, maybe a myth of Rijeka, made for ECOC 2020. What is also important for you to understand that and the project of Rijeka Capital of Culture and the project for Venice Biennale are connected. They, in a way, they don't work without each other. Our aim, of course, was to find some kind of a universal methodology, but really it's very, very contextual. Here you can see also the parts of forbidden, ruined, and destroyed industry, because Rijeka started really as an industrial city in the beginning of 20th century. And now the question for Rijeka is, what is Rijeka today? And where there are, when people are going away from the city and the industry is really dead, what is Rijeka and how can we reinvent or reuse the places which are left in the city? Also, as a city which is which is going through still this transition. It really has a problem with this mythologization of the parts of the industry, which is now really just lost space on the sea. So we can go further. So now if we zoom the part of our new togetherness, where we were searching for this place to make this new collectivity, which was also our opportunity to do that during the ECOC project. We are now situated on Delta. Delta is part of Rijeka, which connects once divided cities of Sušak and Rijeka. Delta is also the biggest space which can be used as a common ground in the city, but also the most controversial place, because it was not made for people. It was made as an infrastructural necessity, which means it looks like that because the river Riječina, which goes through Rijeka, was flooding in the history. So this is really an artificial land. It is also very interesting that till ECOC 2020, there was no public space here. But the plans for Delta and this part were the biggest ever, maybe in the state. They were never realized. So the context of the Delta and this red line was used as the main context to develop and structure and conceptualize the biggest exhibition of the project, ECOC 2020, Fiume Fantastica. Fiume Fantastica is an exhibition which wants to retell the history of Rijeka, but not only the history, try to find what are these fantastic elements, zones or architectures, which now can tell us something about the future progress of architectures and architects also, but also the city. So as you can see here, this red line is the most problematic part of Rijeka, because everything what is under red line is constructed and planned only as infrastructural necessity. No architect did it ever do any plans which are useful for the city. Also, the ownership is very complex here. So this biggest problem of Rijeka, we decided to some kind of a trigger, or in a way, maybe a bit solve for only 1 year. We are here. So this is you can see here the building of Eksperdervo, which is the building where exhibition Fiume Fantastica was held. Also, it was decided that it will be the place for main projects of Rijeka 2020. Also, it was decided that this place will try to make central, maybe new ways of collectivity through cultural projects, which is very also interesting here. This is the line I was showing you before. And this is the building. This building is the biggest storage ever built in 60s for drying woods. And this is what the project Rijeka 2020 made possible. This is a bit the biggest victory, if you ask me, of the project, that this red line was moved and public life was happening there and is still happening. So as you can see, people are coming to Expertderva. This is really a new silhouette for the city of Rijeka, because before this moving of the red line, you couldn't really approach here because the port and the state were like having you would have to have a permission to come to this land which is not the public. Also, the one project very important for this collectivity happened before 2020. In 2018, the team of EASA from Croatia organized the EASA assembly in the House of Expertderva, where they lived. They ate, they made creative things as students of architecture. And this was really this first input that this place is probably the main and the most possible to public life to come near the sea. As you can see here, this is a photography from the 70s. It is very simple building. It has this line north to south, which was really a necessity for wind to come and dry the woods. And this is a curator's main concept, that this infrastructural street becomes a new, in a way, strada novissima, a street where you can see all the phenomena and the exhibition which was happening there. And this is, of course, the exhibition, Fiume Fantastica, in our main street. What is very important for you to understand for this exhibition is that it wasn't only an exhibition. It was made with all the elements and square meters so it can be also reused afterwards. So all the phenomena we are talking about Rijeka city are spacious installations. 9 of them with the last one, which was a conclusion, and also this connection with our project of Venice Biennale. So you can see here in a render on the left side is the exhibition Fiume Fantastica, but on the upper floor on the right side is the other exhibition, The Sun is Glowing. So during the 2020, it was really a place not only for culture, but for really new collectivity. So what is also important for you to understand why this building during the COVID, of course, the COVID and pandemic, which came, made totally a bit ruined the plans for the project of Rijeka, and also we now know for Venice Biennale because it was postponed for 1 year. This space is a bit COVID friendly, if we can say. We could host lots of people there because it wasn't regulated like museums were. It was regulated as open public space. So it was also a lucky moment that it could like continue during the pandemics. So as you can see here, all the phenomena are spacious installations, a bit houses on our street. They have the exterior and the interior where the content is placed. So we see here the phenomena are port and railway. border, networks, cinema, people are coming, leisure, common ground, palaces, Città Vecchia or Old City, monuments, and fantastic zones. We will go fast through it. So they're all made out of elements which most describe the phenomenon they are housing. So a network is housed in containers. Palaces are a bit as some kind of citation of a collage and 3D elements. A video game as a new way of looking on of the old city, leisure as really a reconstruction of all cabins on the beaches, common ground, a story which is probably the most important for this topic of this conference, framing collectivity, a place where which is made with spontaneous collective gatherings, places which were also in Rijeka not planned, made as excavations of stone. And of course, we are coming now to the conclusion and the 10th pavilion, as we can say, fantastic zones. Fantastic zones where we put our first element which is also used in our project Togetherness, Togetherless in Venice, as a cutout element, a way of showing fantastic elements, a bunker as an actor in front of the blue screen. So what is also important, and this conclusion and this research which lasted for 5 years is also important because we found what are fantastic elements. What is fantastic in Rijeka? What are fantastic zones? The zones which have inside of it a bit of fascination and frustration at the same time. So also this digital layer, which came, of course, because of the COVID, the layer where you are with a bunker, an actor, where the background is projected with fantastic zones, which are a bit of historical three-dimensional maps, also not only historical, a bit and speculative in a way, where all the research found on that place is a bit not stacked, but made a collage of the perfect way of work, living, and cultivation and respectation to the environment. This is Cartera, this is Raffineria and Torpedo, oil factory and Torpedo factory. So, of course, some kind of mood board, and again, this map from the beginning, this red line, which was moved by a project of reuse of the building of Expertdevo and the exhibitions that were held there. Parallel, what is happening at the time, we still don't know that pandemic is coming. The same team with the curator and then selector Ida Leko, we got to be the national representatives of Croatian Pavilion on Venice Biennale 2020. Now we are still talking about 2020. And to answer on a question, how will we live together? It was so logical that we will apply with a new project, but based on our research, because we had a feeling that Expertdevo and our exhibition is totally that we made a place where we can live together in a new way, because Hashim Sarkis posed this question in a way that can architecture or architects try to be the ones to make new ways of society bringing together. So once again, this is our last pavilion without our fantastic element, because here he was already on his way to Venice. So this is only a trace that he left. And this fantastic element is now this element which connects also physically our project in Venice and the project of Fiume Fantastica. What is very important for you to understand, there are two ways that we were conceptualizing our project. First was the relationship between one and many. Our question was, what is this spacious object, or what is the architecture which is perfect to show a perfect space for one, and what is how can we show a space for many, or for community, or the place where we can be together. Much before pandemics, we realized that we want to do an object, an architecture, a pavilion, in a way that I think we were probably in this research so much that we didn't want to answer on the question how we will live together with just another research. But yes, we wanted to make our research spacious. Also, what is the roof over our head? This metaphor was for us maybe the main to understand how can we create a space for many. And now we really created a pavilion which was made of three elements: a space for one, which holds a roof partly with a part of the floor, which connects to two elements and makes them constructive and functional, and gives him a total meaning. So as I was talking before about the Fiume Fantastica, this methodology of cutting out elements, fantastic architectures, and making them in a new spacious assemblage was really the methodology which we wanted to use in our pavilion in Venice. So here you see the roof, which was really a reconstruction of the fiberglass boats, which is also very important for you to understand that here is a very good industry and very successful industry over this kind of production of boats. The bunker is a ready-made also element, which if you read about the architectures of the bunkers, you realize that it is a perfect space for one person, where it is so perfectly made for one body, and also it has lots of meanings in it because it was always on the border. And the part of the old ship industry a bit shows this decay of the industry in Rijeka, but the one which was used for the floor and connecting these two elements. They are very contextual. This is also the part of the ship in Treći Maj, the most famous industry which still makes ships for export. The other part, which is very important, that every element which is taken from its original space, it's inscribed with a new meaning. Also, when they are together, they make together a new meaning. So this methodology of cutting out and inscribing new meanings, which is here is shown on the bunker, was a methodology which for us is something that we see as a possibility to make maybe new architectures or to rethink new architectures in a way of that methodology. It is very seen here with the bunker, because bunker was taken from Hartera, which wasn't his original place, and put in front of the blue screen, which made him to be an actor in front of backgrounds where you can, which you could change. Also, it is the most heavy installation probably on Biennale, because altogether it has 8 tons. These are these elements in this only one of many spacious assemblages. And also the fourth part, which came to us, of course, before, but it was so logical during the pandemics, because I really have to tell you, we didn't know till 2 months before Biennale that will it be live or online. We created our spacious assemblage in front of the green screen. And also this digital layer is shown in our website as a playground a bit kind of a web shop where you can collect all these cutout elements, which we collected during our research already through Fiume Fantastica exhibition. And you can make your own spacious assemblages as you want. So we wanted to tell, with that, we wanted to tell that our spacious assemblage, our pavilion 2021 is only one of many. And the backgrounds, of course, are also the ones you can change. This scale movement is also something which sometimes triggers you, whoa, and you are surprised. It is a good, this good moment is when you are still surprised with something, what you are doing in a global world where you have, you can see that everything is possible. Also when we didn't know that we will go to Venice, so we constructed the pavilion already in one workshop. We thought that maybe this is the end of our pavilion. Also, every movement of this pavilion, which was logistically very complicated, but it happened, gave him also a new meaning. So the context is also something which changes our pavilion. So here you can see how it was different in this workshop, but it happened. It really happened. We came to Venice. This is probably the most stressful part of the project, but at the same time, it was also this small victory of 8 tons which are coming to Venice. You can see here a bunker. What is also very important part of the project is the definition of community. To be a part of community, you have to do the effort. You have to accept to be the part of it. That's why you have to do an effort to go under, to enter our community under the roof. And also, what the other part is the moment and the action that you are sharing with someone. So this is our community, which is already in this ad hoc community Venice Biennale because it has its limitation. So this is the team. And of course, the inside of our pavilion.